If you look behind me, you can tell that we are still unpacking, and as of right now, there's nothing I can do about that because we have no command strips. As a matter of fact, we might not need command strips because you know why? We own this place. Thank you for your patience through our 2-week hiatus. We are somewhat moved in, kinda, but not really. As you can see, we're still painting, although the painting on the back of my wall is finished. We're still waiting on the living room, and we still have to paint the kitchen. The cat is adjusting. It took about 2 or 3 weeks to get her to really chill out about it. But yeah, the move went somewhat smoothly, but now that I'm in a new space, I have to yet again figure out the lighting situation. So if you see some glare on my glasses, if you see kind of that graininess that I complained about in some of my previous videos, I apologize in advance. It's gonna take a while to fix it, so the videos will look a little bit funky for a while, but for right now, we are working in this new space. I finally have an office of my own, and it feels great. Now, for those of you who know, and for those of you who don't, my name is TK. I am a writer, a voice actress, and your resident lunatic. And today, we are watching episode 2 of Our Flag Means Death. And you guys have told me a couple of things that I got wrong in the previous episode. One of the most obvious being is that Jim is not trying to look older. They are trying to appear more masculine, which for some reason went completely over my head until I started editing the video. Also, this show was not created by Taika Waititi, although he is an executive producer, which is probably why they had a small child running into a tree, as they do in everything that involves him. In our last episode, we were introduced to Stede Bonnet, who effectively abandoned his position, his family, and his massive amount of money to become a pirate. Now, when people do this in real life, they are trying to escape something, and he's definitely trying to escape something, and I believe they're going to elaborate further on this throughout the show, but it's very clear that he has been emotionally neglected pretty much from birth, and he's already quite a sensitive man, a bleeding heart, if you will. Now, the real-life Stede Bonnet, according to what I've read, was nothing like this, so clearly this take is very heavily mythologized. Isn't necessarily a bad thing, and I touched on this in the previous video, that it is important to just keep in the back of your head that the real Stede Bonnet was not this plushy, quirky, goofy guy. But so far, we haven't really gotten much of an introduction because the episode was very short. All these episodes are very short, and I'm assuming all connected in some way. I'm assuming it's going to be very much like Arcane, where it gives us these little tidbits of story from different people's perspective, and in the next episode, we'll kind of see the results of everything. And that is kind of how the episodes build on themselves. One of the most important things about Stede Bonnet is he is, as a whole, unremarkable. He hasn't necessarily accomplished anything other than being born rich. He doesn't really have a great reputation among his peers or even his family. As a matter of fact, they all kind of think of him as a joke. In every facet of his life, he has been found inadequate because of his position as a wealthy landowner, as a wealthy man just in general. He's used to that not being a problem in any other sense but emotionally. Like, yeah, he was emotionally and psychologically abused by what seems like everyone who came within 10 feet of him. In a way, he is still sort of used to being taken care of. And that's why I called him middle management, or like an eager HR manager. It's not necessarily the most glamorous position. It's not the lowest either. And when you do mess up, it doesn't really have a lot of lasting consequences in a sense that you could die or lose your job from it. I'm not saying that I don't like him as a character, but I am saying that if they are going to give him a good character arc, they either need to make him extraordinary or extraordinary to a specific person. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'm gonna try and make it make sense as I go down the line because, you know, when I say stuff like this, I have trouble explaining it right off the bat. When you have someone who is usually unremarkable, you usually have them hit some sort of rock bottom. We saw Stede hit rock bottom when he found out that they were planning a mutiny. Where does he go from there? He really only goes upwards, and then eventually his crew is going to find out that him killing that Navy officer was a lie, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Hopefully that's not the next episode. It probably is gonna have to be taken care of at some point. Now, because Our Flag Means Death is only getting watched one episode at a time, these analysis segments aren't going to be as long as all of my previous ones. However, I do want to touch on two characters that stood out to me in the previous episode, Lucius and OLUWANDE. Now, Lucius and OLUWANDE are the two smartest people on that boat for two different reasons. Lucius is just book smart. He's the only one on the crew that can read and write, who can keep up with Steed intellectually. OLUWANDE is basically the only person keeping the crew from exploding. He is the voice of reason. He is the most logical one. He is the calmest one. He is the one with the most goddamn common sense. And to be honest, I don't understand why he's not the main character, but that's neither here nor there. OLUWANDE is the eldest daughter. That's why he's my favorite. This might evolve as the show goes on, but for right now, I don't see it changing anytime soon. Now, with that being said, let us put on our headphones and commence with the drama, my friends. Yeah, sure. France. Whose dream is this? Oh! That's a problem! That's definitely a problem! Ah, yeah, okay, it's someone's story.
History's greatest pirate.
He is so tired! Oh god, I love him! Oh, it's the Requiem Mass by Mozart! Yeah, he used to set his beard on fire.
When he needs it to be.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yes.
Yes! And they're like, you're such an idiot. No one's believing your stories, my guy. Oh god! Kill Bill Blood!
You saved my hide, Pete. I'm forever in your debt.
Sure. So why are you no longer working for him, Pete? They're like, oh my god, you're such an idiot. Perhaps he should be steering the ship? Cause that's his job? Now we're marooned. Cool. Yeah, that's not... You're gonna need to wait till the tide comes in, buddy.
We need to start eating some of the crew. I recommend we start with Lucius. He's young and succulent.
Oh, God.
It won't be necessary.
No. Won't be necessary. Yeah, no, you gotta wait till the tide comes in, buddy. Oh. Steve, you don't have time to hallucinate, my guy. This is not the right time to hallucinate, Steve. Come on. Ooh.
As many of you have noticed, we have run aground.
Yes.
Are we gonna have to eat each other?
You guys can catch fish. You're on land.
I'd like to view this as a holiday of sorts.
And they're like, no.
What the hell's a vacation?
Yeah, no, these people work for a living, Steve. Steve, these people work for a living. They don't know what those things are. They're not allowed to know what those things are. God, I love Lucius. He's great.
I do find torturing hostages relaxing, particularly this lot.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Let's say no to torture.
For now.
Get hot poker, Dr. Acko. Oh, OLUWANDE, Jim.
And they're like, what?
You're not really a murderer, though, are you?
Yeah, that was an accident. A gross accident, but still an accident nonetheless.
No, you're right to protect me.
Oh my god. And Jim is like, please.
Have a wax nose and a fake beard.
Aw, Jim's voice is wonderful.
I know
So
what
no
you
one
meant.
comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you meant. God, I love them too.
You could just leave the gunpowder alone for today.
I'm gonna go check it.
No, once again, Steve, these people work for a living. They need something to do. Roach. I thought they called him Frenchie in the previous episode.
OLUWANDE has agreed to join me.
OLUWANDE is absolutely my favorite. I identify with him so much.
Right-hand man along would be a tremendous asset.
Can't argue with that.
I mean, there are some people who you can convince them to do anything as long as you compliment them enough.
He kills children?
Well,
Sorry, so many face journeys, and it's my favorite thing.
Focus, let's just keep walking. Hey, go.
Babyface? You calling me baby?
I was about to say, OLUWANDE is the one with the knife. Maybe don't bully him. Damn, he's just screaming.
Wanna wager I can name 1,000 different sea creatures? Starfish.
Ooh. Ooh. Why does he have a studded belt on his head? Oh, that was fast. Who told them that? How did they find that out? Oh, well, I guess they saw them on the beach, whatever. Oh, well. Why not just bathe in the captain's tub? Take OLUWANDE up on his offer. Well, I guess they're a bit more hesitant. Oh, they're just minding their own business. It's not a racist portrayal. Thanks, Pirates of the Caribbean, Disney.
Oh, you speak English.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God! Christ, you savages!
No.
We didn't think you'd eat it.
Olande is everybody's buddy.
Yeah, it's like a rum, pineapple, coconut thing. It's really good. It's nice.
It's a pina colada. It's a new invention.
Had a little trouble with light skin folks.
White people.
The light skins. Damn. What sort of trouble?
You keep killing us.
Yeah, genocide, slavery.
It was just a formality. Oh,
No. Usually they die. Okay, Jim, honey, you're gonna drown. Okay, well at least it's Lucius. Don't steal their clothes. See, this is why you should have taken OLUWANDE up on their offer.
I think there's been a misunderstanding. We're not colonizers. They are.
I mean, you're a colonizer by default, Steed. Yeah, sure.
I'm a murderer! I'm a dirty, filthy murderer!
OLUWANDE's like, my guy, my dude. I'm not an attorney, but I mean,
So he didn't kill anyone.
no.
struck a man with a paperweight. The rest was just gravity.
Called it.
No, you didn't.
You believed him? Is he seeing the tribal therapist?
My crew was under threat.
I'm not a trained psychologist.
Perhaps this guilt concerns something else.
Oh, maybe he is a therapist.
Goodbye, children. I love you.
No, clearly not that much. Okay, that was a little harsh.
Is coming from you. Until you resolve this guilt, you'll continue to be haunted.
Look at that. Steed went and got therapy.
Do you feel inadequate in some way?
Remember what I said before. Inadequacies.
Only to yourselves because you're mediocre pirates. No offense.
No, you're right.
Yeah, no, we get to live.
Wait, you can't just sell our hostages.
We've got to get them back.
Why? You know, this is actually quite an interesting study on PTSD.
I am adequate.
Sorry?
Huh?
Said get our damned hostages, I mean.
I got it, yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
How much? I didn't say!
Because Jim will kill you.
Whatever you're going through right now is none of my business.
Right.
Not all beards are actual beards, if you get my drift.
I'm sorry, that shouldn't have been funny. I'm sorry. Slapstick is never not funny, okay?
Covering you, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Blackbeard's first mate, why don't you come on down here?
Okay, here's the plan.
You don't know the plan. God. He's so dumb. I kind of love it. It's very endearing. They've made him just stupid enough.
Good day, gents. I believe we have dibs on those men.
Oh dear.
Dibs, you say?
Dibs, it's a very ancient ritual. I mean, Catherine Zeta did it better.
I didn't know this isle was haunted.
It's obviously one of your men.
But is it?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
I love this Bugs Bunny logic. It's great. Whoop.
I've already ruined one man's head this week. And believe me, I'll do it again.
Believe him.
Oh, here we go.
The eyes of a madman. Sorry, you do.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Your demands?
I mean, I'm not exactly partial to them.
My entire crew is just beyond these trees. Upon my signal, unleash hell!
I love this Bugs Bunny logic. It's amazing.
Because I kind of enjoyed it.
Oh, I'm sure you did, buddy. I love how they took the nice one. There you go.
You're more gentleman.
You are a bleeding heart, sir. Maybe this isn't the right career path.
He's gonna get you all
Killed. It's true.
Ah, you're in love.
What? No, shut up. It's just...
What? What? Baka?
I'm out.
I love that. OLUWANDE is my favorite. This man must be protected. Oh, he's leaving the feelings of inadequacy behind. Decent symbolism.
A gentleman pirate.
Yeah, that's what he called himself in real life, I believe. Oh my god. Lucius is trying not to die. Lucius is trying not to die.
No one asked you to fucking think.
I hate it when he does that.
Blackbeard Blackbeard doesn't have an HR department, y'all. So he's Blackbeard's first mate, it sounds like. That's a lot. Okay, that was a lot better than the pilot. Okay, so like I said before, that episode was a lot better than the pilot, especially because there's so much more development on the other characters, and even if they are mostly there for comic relief, they seemed a lot more human as opposed to just like specific archetypes, like Lucius being the smart one and the quiet murderous one, and OLUWANDE being essentially the team HR consultant. I get it. So I don't know how to refer to Jim, so I am going to keep calling them they until I'm told otherwise, because from the scuttlebutt I hear in the comments, Jim is not a woman. It's clear that Jim is a threat, and Lucius is quite sure that this person will kill him, and it seems like he has every right to be afraid, because once again, I think if it was anybody but Lucius, they wouldn't really get how dangerous Jim seems to be, because apparently they're hiding out because they got revenge. I'm really looking forward to the next episode, especially the appearance of Blackbeard specifically, mostly because they keep building up his presence through the show, not just in the first episode, but especially in this episode, because they're getting a lot of historical facts right, that Blackbeard used to set his beard on fire, but I believe his eyes were a certain specific kind of blue that made it look like they glowed even though his beard was on fire. It's taking just enough historical liberties, and I really enjoy the fact that they didn't take the, oh, this tribe is a cannibal route like every pirate movie does. We don't talk about Pirates of the Caribbean in this house, and we don't talk about the massive disappointment that sprung from each one of those movies. I'm not gonna talk about it. I don't give a fuck about Johnny Depp. That's besides the point. I am getting off topic. People probably aren't gonna like this, but as far as characters go, Stede Bonnet really is in maybe not even my top 5 at the moment. The portrayal of PTSD and anxiety, especially anxiety, is pretty spot on, but I gotta say, he's still not there for me as far as endearing characters go. Now, I will say they make him just dumb enough. Like, not so dumb where it's like, okay, come on. He's not like annoyingly stupid. I'm gonna need further examination. So, please like if you like this video. Please subscribe if you really like this video and would like to see more. If you would like to support the channel, you can find me on Patreon, where I upload full uncut reactions to each episode the day before they are uploaded. So I'm getting back to uploading twice a week, so that'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays where the full reactions come up, and then Wednesdays and Fridays is when I upload the video onto YouTube. I'm on every piece of social media. You can find me on Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter, but mostly Tumblr and TikTok because fuck Twitter. And with that being said, thank you for watching. Stay weird, lovelies, and happy eating.